Good morning, children. We will see the next topic, rocks. Before that, we saw the topic, the inside of the earth, that is crust, mantle and core. Now we are going to see about the rock. The crust is a storehouse of rocks. The crust. What is that crust? This area. This is a crust. So this crust area is storehouse for keeping the rocks. It is a storehouse of rocks. And aggregate. And aggregate is the meaning collection. What is that? Aggregate is collection. Collection of minerals. Collection of minerals on the surface of the earth. Surface of the earth is called rock. What is the meaning for rock, children? Rock is nothing but an aggregate collection. Aggregate means collection. It's a collection of minerals on the earth's surface. This is a earth's surface. On the earth's surface, collection of minerals on the earth's surface is called rock. It may be hard and compact. It may be hard and compact like granite. How it will be, children? It will be hard and in the rock it will be a hard and compact like granite madri or loose like sand or soft like clay. So this rock may be in any form. It may be a hard and compact like granite madri irkalam, illa loose sand madri irkalam, or it's soft like a clay. This is what about a rock. Rock is crust is the storehouse of rocks. It consists of rocks and it is a collection of minerals on the surface of the earth and it is called the rock. It may be a hard and compact like granite madri irkalam, or it may be a loose like a sand, or it may be soft like a clay. So this rock is based on the formation. How it is formed? Based on the formation. How it is formed? In the base like the form agudho, and it is on that basis it is classified into three. So the rocks are how it is formed. Based on that it is classified into three. First one is the igneous rock. Next one is the sedimentary rock, and third one is the metamorphic rock. So based on its formation, this rock is classified into three: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. The first one is the igneous rock. Igneous rock. So the igneous rock is a word derived from where we got this name from Latin word ignis. What's the meaning for this ignis? Meaning is fire. What is that? The igneous rock. That word is derived from a Latin word, that ignis. What is the meaning for that? Meaning is fire. Okay. The earth interior is made up of hot material called magma. What is the inside the earth interior? It consists of contain of hot material called magma. When this magma that when this magma reaches earth surface, when it's come out, that is earth surface, it is called, this magma is called lava. What is that? That earth interior is made up of molten materials, hot molten. Molten na urugana niraila ulladu. Hot molten material inside that earth, it's called magma. So when this magma reaches, when it's come out of the earth surface, come out from the earth to the surface, and this is called lava. What happens in course of time? The lava on the surface, what will happen? It cools down and get solidified as a rock, and this rock is called igneous rock. How this rock is formed? The magma, it comes out as a lava, and this lava in course of time, and it cools down and that solidified as a rock. This rock is called the igneous rock, and the examples of igneous rocks are basalt, this is example, basalt and granite are the examples of this igneous rock. And this igneous rocks also got another name. Igneous rocks also called, what it is called? It is called primary or mother rock. It is also called, the igneous rock is also called primary or mother rock. Why? Because other rocks are directly or indirectly formed from them. So these igneous rocks is also got another name, primary or mother rock. Why it is called primary or mother rock? Because other rocks are formed from this igneous rock. So it is called as a primary or a mother rock. Then next, once again I will see about the igneous rocks. The word igneous is derived from, we got that word from a Latin ignis, meaning what is that? Meaning is fire. So our earth interior got one molten material, magma. So the magma, it comes out because of the heat, and that is called as a lava. So the lava on the earth surface, in course of time, it will become cool and get solidified as a rock. That rock, when formed out of lava, that rock is called as the igneous rock, and example of this is the basalt and granite. These are all the examples of the igneous rocks, and the igneous rocks also got another name, that is primary or mother rock. Why? Because the other rocks are formed from this rock. Then next is about the sedimentary rocks. We are going to see about the next one, that is sedimentary rocks. Second one is the sedimentary rocks. The sedimentary rocks are named after, it is named after a word, sediments. Its meaning is settle. What's the meaning for this? Meaning is settle. So the sedimentary rocks are named after a word, that is sediments. What's the meaning for this? It is settle. The rivers, how it is formed? Rivers, glaciers, then wind, carry bits of rocks and soils. Because of the river is flowing, glacier is flowing, wind is blowing, these carry bits of rock and soil and deposited in the layer. These are all brought, these rocks are brought and they are all deposited in a layer. Deposited in a layer. So, after a millions of years, not a day or next day, it takes millions of years. After millions of years, these deposits, they are all brought, and these rocks and soil deposited by these, or these deposits harden, that is harden into a compact rock. Okay, this is hardened into compact rock called the sedimentary rocks. In this way, sedimentary rocks are formed. Because of the river and glaciers, winds carry the rock and soil and is deposited in a layer. So, after a millions of years, these deposits, what will happen? They will become a hard part, hard and compact rock, and that is how it is formed, and that is called the sedimentary rock. And what is fossil, children? Fossil is the bodies of plants and animals. Bodies of plants and animals. Animals fall on these deposits. Fall on these deposits, that is rock and soil. This dead bodies of animals and plants, if that falls on these deposits, then what will happen? And get embedded in the layer. அப்படியே அந்த லேயர்ல புதைஞ்சிரும். Embedded in the layer and form the fossil. This is what a fossils. Fossil is nothing but the dead bodies of plants and animals that fall on these deposits and get embedded in that layer and form the fossils. Then we will see the examples of this sedimentary rock, that is sandstone, limestone, chalk, gypsum and conglomerate for the examples. These are the examples of sedimentary rocks. Once again I tell you how it is formed. This first, the name, the sediment, is derived from the Latin word, that is settle. Then it is brought by the rivers, glaciers and wind, carry bits of soil and rocks and deposited in a layer. And after a million of years, these deposits it harden into compact rock called the sedimentary rocks. And the example for this is the sandstone, limestone, chalk, gypsum and conglomerate. And what is about the foil? The dead bodies of plants and animals fall on these deposits and get embedded in the layer that form the fossils. Then next we will see about the metamorphic rock. The third one is the metamorphic rock. See, metamorphic rock. So this term is derived from the word. The term is derived from a word metamorphosis. So we got this word metamorphic from a word metamorphosis, means change of form from one type of rock to another, from one form to another. That is the meaning for the metamorphic, that is metamorphosis, meaning is change of form. This both a rock, igneous and sedimentary rocks. These are subjected to extensive heat and pressure. These rocks are subject to extensive heat and pressure. Because of these heat and pressure, they undergo, what will happen? They undergo a complete change in form and character. Adoda character it has been changed. It has changed, the complete change in their form. Adoda form, character entirely change, and character both are changed. Igneous and sedimentary rocks that subject to extensive heat and pressure. Because of that, they undergo complete change in the form and character. What's this character? It changed from one form to another. For example, that is in course of time, what are the rocks that change into another rock? We'll see that. In course of time, granite, this changed into gneiss. What is this? This changed into gneiss, and basalt to schist. What is that? Schist. And limestone changed into marble, and sandstone changed to quartzite. So the third rock, that is metamorphic, the word is derived from a word metamorphosis, means change of form. So this rocks change from their real form to another form. Igneous and sedimentary, due to heat and pressure, they completely change their original form and characters. For example is the granite changed to gneiss, basalt maybe to schist, and limestone into marble, and sandstone to quartzite. Then we see about the rock cycle. We'll see about the rock cycle. What is this rock cycle? Rock cycle is a process. The rock cycle is a processes through which igneous and metamorphic and sedimentary rocks are transformed from one form to another. This is called the rock cycle. What's the meaning for this, children? The rock cycle is a process by which the igneous and metamorphic and sedimentary change their form, transform from one form to another. First, when you take the igneous rock, how it is formed, children? It is formed because of the heat and pressure inside the earth. The molten materials that came out and form as a lava solidify and become a rock. That is the first form. Then from this rock, that all carried by the river, glaciers and wind, everything, and they are all carried and deposited in a one place. and that is for second form, sedimentary, and this sediments in years together compressed and go inside into the earth. That third stage is a metamorphic, and again to the heat and pressure the metamorphic, that molten came out lava sediment. So again one form to another, from igneous to sedimentary, metamorphic, metamorphic to igneous and sedimentary. This is what is called the rock cycle. Then we will see about the geomorphic processes. There are two processes, that internal and external processes. Geomorphic processes. What does this mean by geomorphic? The formation or deformation, form agradho illa azhirudho, deformation of land forms, form or deformation of this land form on the earth's surface. On the earth's surface is a continuous activity. What is this? It is a continuous activity of two broad processes. This formation or deformation of a landform is mainly due to, it's a continuous activity, and mainly because of the two broad processes, that is internal and external processes, because of the internal and external processes. And what is that geomorphic processes? These are processes, what will it do? May cause stress, அழுத்தம் கொடுக்கிறது. What is that? Stress or deformation, and deformation on the earth material. Earth மேல இருக்க surface மேல material வந்து it gives a stress or it make it to deform. A deformation of materials, earth's materials. And finally what happened? Finally bring changes in the earth's surface, brings the changes in the surface of the earth or earth's surface. So what will happen, children? These processes in the internal, it may be, or external, these sometimes it cause stress, அழுத்தம் கொடுக்கிறது இல்லை, fully the distract பண்ணுறது, deformation of the earth materials. What are this on the top of the earth, that materials, finally it brings changes in the earth's surface. Oh, that is referred as a geomorphic processes. This is referred as geomorphic processes. Yes, then we see about the internal and external processes. First one is the internal processes. What is this internal processes? This is the force that act from the earth interior, from the earth interior landa towards the earth surface, ku mela, towards the face, force that act from the earth interior towards the earth surface, from the interior of earth towards the earth surface, is called internal or endogenetic forces or processes. Endogenetic processes. For example, this, if it is an internal processes, what will happen? That will, the forces build. What it will create? It will landform. If it does anything happen inside the earth surface, that leads to the build the land masses land masses and create topographic நில அமைப்பு. இதுவும் என்னது? நில அமைப்பு, relief, topographic relief. If the internal process happens, what it will, that force will do? The force will build land masses. It creates new land masses or topographic நில அமைப்புகளை இது புதுசா உருவாக்கும். This is what the internal processes. And this internal processes, what will do? It will generate heat. The internal processes create or generate heat. It will, because of this, it will create heat and eject. What metal it will send out? Eject the materials from earth, from deep below the earth crust. So what will happen? The internal processes that will create heat, generate the heat energy. So that will eject some material deep inside from the earth crust. This action, heat energy, is because of the radioactivity is the principal source. That is the principal source of power for this processes. Why this heat energy is generated? Because the radioactivity that present inside, because of this, it is a principal source for this power and for this internal processes. The internal processes is happening because of the heat ejected materials from the deep below the earth, and these are because of the internal radioactivity. Then next we see about the external processes. This is the force that act on the earth's surface. That is, the internal is from the interior towards outside the earth's surface. This forces that act on the earth's surface, top of the earth's surface. Due to the agents like, what are the? Due to the agents like running water, then wind, waves, glaciers, etc. So the force that act on the earth's surface, on the top of the earth, why it is act? Because due to this agents like running water, wind, waves and glaciers, etc. are called external or exogenetic. Exogenetic forces or processes. So this is about the external processes. What is external? That happens on the outside of the earth, on the top of the earth, due to these agents, and it is called the external or exogenetic processes. Then we will see about the next, plate tectonics. What we are going to see is plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. The lithosphere, we have many layers on the surface of the earth: litho, hydro, atmosphere, biosphere. So the first, the lithosphere. What is the lithosphere? The outermost layer of the earth. That is what is a lithosphere. This is the outermost. This is called the lithosphere. and this lithosphere is divided into number of lithosphere is divided into number of huge slab of rocks. This lithosphere is divided into, I told you it is the outermost layer of the earth, it is divided into number of huge slab of rocks, that is called the tectonic plates. Tectonic plates. Then this tectonic plates are divided into two, maybe a major plates and minor plates. It is again divided into two, major and minor plates, and because of the collision, because of the collisions, it leads to mountain ranges, or it produces collision of plates that produce what it create mountain ranges and other irregular surface features both on the land and ocean floor, both on the land as well as on the ocean floor. What is this? The collision. ஒரு பிளேட்டோட ஒரு plate வந்து collide பண்றதுனால it leads to, it produce the mountain ranges. What is this mountain ranges? It's a continuous chain of mountain is called the ranges. No distraction, it is continuously like this. This is called a continuous mountain ranges. That is the meaning for the ranges. Continuous chain of continuous. That is the ranges. So like this, because of this collision of plates, it leads to mountain ranges, and sometimes it leads to other irregular surface features both on land as well as also on the under the ocean floor. And this movement is called the movement of the plates. This movement or this phenomenon is called plate tectonics. What is this is called? Plate tectonics. And how the movement is happen? The movement of this plate is because of the thermal energy from the mantle. You know where is mantle? I already told you. This is the earth crust part, and this is a mantle, and this is core. So because there is a thermal energy here, and because of this thermal energy, the plates are moving. This is about the plate tectonics. And next about the types of plate tectonics. We have different types of plate boundaries. We have three types in that. First one is the convergent. What is this convergent plate? Here the plates, what a plate will do, this plate move towards each other, or sometime what will happen, it sink under another, sometimes sink under another. It's move towards each other. ஒன்னோட ஒன்னு இது மூவ் ஆகும், otherwise sometimes ஒன்னுக்கு கீழே அது வந்து அப்படியே zinc ஆயிடும். So the location where the plate, zinking of plate occur. எங்க இந்த plate வந்து which place அது zinc ஆறுதோ plate occur, அதுக்கு என்ன சொல்வாங்கன்னா is called subduction zone. What is that? Subduction zone. So what is convergent? The convergent plates move towards each other from one to another. Sometimes it may sink under the another plate. So where the location this plate zincs, where it is zincs, that is known as the subduction zone. And the next one is the divergent boundary. Next one is the divergent boundary. What is this divergent boundary? Here what happens? The plate, here the plates that pull away each other. Why it is pull away each other? Because as magma, the molten material magma pushes up from the mantle, so the mantle irundhu and the magma pushes out by வெளிய வரும்போது it pulls away the plates. That is the divergent boundary. Then the next one is the transform boundary. The next one is transform boundary. What the transform boundary? Here the plates slide, அப்படியே சரியும், slide horizontally. How it is? Horizontally. It slides, the plate slides horizontally with each other. So that is called the transform boundary. So we saw about the three types of boundaries: convergent, divergent and transform boundary. Then we'll see about the movements of continental plates. Movements of continental plates. This is of two types. One is the folding and another one is faulting. What is folding? The folding is due to lateral compression forces. Because of these lateral compression forces, the plates force move upwards or downwards. What will happen, children? Because of this is folding. Folding is due to the lateral compression force. Because compress, ஒன்னோட ஒன்னு அப்படியே press ஆகுது. Compression force நால the plate sometimes it moves to upwards or it goes to downwards. This is called as folding. This is called folding. The mountains that are formed by the folding are called fold mountains. Mountains formed by the folding are called fold mountains. Example for this, our Himalaya is a fold mountain. It is formed because of the action of the fold, compression of the plate. Fold mountain example is Himalayas. And another one is Alps. These are the examples for the fold mountain. Folding is due to the lateral compression forces that leads to plates upwards or downwards. This is called folding. Examples we have seen. Then we will see about the faulting. What is faulting? What is meant by faulting? The movement of plates also create. What it creates? It not only compression, not only that, it also creates the stress and tension in the rocks. It also creates stress and tension in the rock, that causing stretch or crack in the rock. This is called faulting. This is called faulting. That compression leads to the folding plates. That movement of this plates creates stress and tension in the rocks. That will leads to stretch in the rock or crack in the rock. This is called the faulting. Then example of this faulting is the Great Rift Valley. Great Rift Valley, that is in East Africa. Where it is? It is in East Africa. That is the example for the faulting. And the processes both faulting. The processes folding and faulting along together with earthquake and volcanic eruption. Along with these two, the process folding and faulting, along with these two, earthquake and volcanic eruptions, that reshape the continent as well as the ocean floor. This is about the folding and faultings. Next we will see how our India now it is joined to the Asia continent. Previously it were in the Gondwana plate. Now it is joined to the Indian plate, Asia. So that we'll see. According to plate tectonic, according to this plate tectonic, the plates are in constant motion, that is in constant motions, that is revolving. It is in constant motion with an average rate of few centimeters every year. What is the meaning for this? According to plate tectonics, the plates were always in a constant motion. It was always moving with an average rate. How much? Only in a few centimeters for every year. For per year, it moves to a few centimeters. This may be slow, but in a millions of years over it may be movement might seem slow, but over millions of years, what will happen? The plate and the continents riding over the earth, what will happen? It move long away. Because of this constant motion in every year, that is millions of years, this plate and the continents which is riding over the earth, it's moved long away. For example, 250 million years ago, our India, for example, 250 million years ago, our Indian plate was a part of, it is not like that separate now, it was in the part of Gondwana continent. It is not separate like Asia, it's not with the Asian continent, it was actually, it's a part of a Gondwana continent and comprises along with India. What are the countries where there at that time? It comprises of Australia, that is now modern Africa, Australia, Antarctica and South America. All these countries were along with India in the part of the Gondwana continent, and approximately after 140 million years ago, what will happen? Million years ago, our Indian plate broke away. It's broke away, and with super ancient continent Gondwana, it's broke away from the super ancient Gondwana and began moving north side, and collide with Asia. This is how our Indian plate that joined to Asian continent from the Gondwana continent. First it was a part of the 250 million ago, it was a part of a Gondwana continent. And what are the other continents comprises along with India? Modern Africa, Australia, Antarctica and South America. And slowly after 150 million years ago, what happened? The Indian plate broke away from this continent, Gondwana continent, and began to move towards the north and join with our ancient continent. This is about your lesson today. I hope you have understood the lesson. Children, you go through the types of rock. That is your assignment today. It's a very important public question, children. Types of rocks. What are the types of rock we have seen? 3 types: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Assignment: learn types of rocks. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.